Last time I built a full tower defense game inside Roblox using nothing but its own AI. No handwritten code. It works. 3 modes, shared team health, the lot. But there was a problem. It looked terrible. Every tower was a grey box. Every enemy was a grey box. The whole thing looked like a car park, not a battlefield. So this week I fixed it. And I picked a theme that no other Roblox tower defense game is doing. I did not go with zombies. I did not go with anime. I did not go with plants or ghosts or toilets. I put the whole game inside a computer. The towers are security software. The enemies are malware. When you send a wave, you are launching a virus into your opponent's system. And the whole thing is built by AI, generating art for a game about code on a coding channel. Let me show you how it went. Because it did not all go smoothly. Why this theme? First, why this theme actually works, because that decision matters more than the art. A reskin is only easy if the new theme matches the machinery you already built. If it does not, you are rebuilding the whole game, and that is not a reskin, that is a sequel. So look at what I already had. I had a tower that only hits flying enemies. In a computer, that is a threat that comes in over the air. Wireless. So the flying enemy became a wireless exploit, and the tower that stops it became a packet interceptor. I had a hidden enemy that you cannot see until a scanner reveals it. That is a Trojan, sitting quiet in your system until the antivirus finds it. I had an armoured enemy, slow and tough. That became an encrypted packet. Hardened, hard to crack. Every single piece already had a computer version waiting for it. I did not change one line of game logic. I just renamed what the player sees. That is the trick. Match the theme to the machine you already have. The style spine, now the art. This is generated by Cube, which is Roblox's mesh generator. It is a different AI from the one that writes the code, and I will be honest with you, it is rougher. Here is the most important thing I learned. If you give Cube a vague prompt, you get vague, inconsistent junk. Every model looks like it came from a different game. So I wrote one style line and I put it at the end of every single prompt. Same words every time. Low poly, dark background, neon glowing edges in electric blue and orange, circuit board texture, holographic wireframe feel. That line is the glue. It is what makes a firewall and a worm look like they belong in the same world. Change the object, keep the spine. That is the rule for the whole episode. Our first tower. Let us build the first tower, the firewall. This is your basic defense, the one you place first in every match. Here is the prompt. A glowing orange energy barrier wall, small square base, vertical shield of light, then the style spine on the end. And here is the first result. Now, this is the part other channels cut out. The first generation is rough, it always is. This is what working with generative AI actually looks like. You do not get a perfect model on the first try. You generate, you look, you go again. Second pass. Better. The barrier reads clearly now. The orange glow is there, and it looks like something that blocks an attack. That rough first attempt is not a failure. It is the process. Anyone telling you AI gives you a finished asset in one shot is selling you something. The antivirus cannon next, the hero tower. The antivirus scanner cannon, long range, high damage, and it is brutal against those encrypted packets. This is the tower that carries a good defense. The prompt. A tall, thin scanner turret with a single long lens barrel, blue glowing tip, style spine on the end. I wanted this one to look different from the firewall on purpose. The firewall is wide and low. This is tall and thin. When a player looks at their lane, they should be able to tell the two apart at a glance without reading a label. Silhouette matters. If your towers all look the same, the game reads as mush. And that came through nicely. Tall, focused, a single glowing eye at the top scanning for threats. That is the antivirus. The other two towers. The other two towers I'm going to move through faster because the method is exactly the same. Generate, check, refine. The packet interceptor. This is the only tower that hits the wireless threats coming in over the air. So I gave it a dish, angled upward, orange glowing antenna. It needs to look like it is reaching up for something. And the threat detector. This is the scanner that exposes the hidden Trojan, a rotating tower with a glowing blue ring on top. It sweeps the lane, and when it catches a Trojan, your other towers can finally hit it. 4 towers, same style spine on every prompt, and now they all look like they belong to the same system because they do. The enemies, the malware. Now the fun part, the malware. The basic enemy is the bug, the little glitchy data packet that comes at you in waves. A small glitchy cube creature, glowing blue. This is the one you will see most, so it had to be clear and readable, even when there are 20 of them on screen. Then the harder threats. The encrypted packet, a heavy armoured cube with a glowing padlock. The worm, long and thin and fast, made of glowing segments. The wireless exploit, a floating drone with signal waves around it, the one only your interceptor can stop. The Trojan was the interesting one. It is meant to be hidden, so it is a dark cube, faint outline, semi-transparent. It should be hard to see, and Cube actually handled that well, which surprised me. And the boss. Ransomware. A big menacing cube with a glowing red lock and cracks of orange light bleeding through. When this thing walks down your lane, you should feel it. Expensive to send, huge health, slow. The finisher. The honest bit. Let me be straight with you about the whole process, because honesty is the point of this channel. Cube is not magic. Some of these took several tries. The abstract stuff, the glowing data packets, is genuinely harder to generate than a chunky soldier or a car, because the AI has fewer clear references for it. A padlock it understands, a wireless exploit made of light it has to be pushed toward. But that is the trade. I got a full set of custom, on theme, on brand models made by AI for a game about code. No artist, no asset store. And the rough attempts along the way are not something to hide. They are the most useful thing in the video because they show you what this actually takes. Where we are now. So here is exactly where the game is right now. All the models are built. They are sitting in studio looking great, and the game does not use a single one of them. Look at this. The game is still placing grey boxes. The towers I just built are right there, and the game is ignoring them completely. And that is not a bug. That is the honest state of a reskin at this stage. Making the art and using the art are two completely different jobs. Right now, the game's logic still points at the old placeholder boxes. It has no idea the new models even exist, which is exactly where next week comes in. So this week we built the whole cyber world, 4 security towers, 6 pieces of malware, 1 style spine holding it all together, and a theme that puts the entire game inside a computer, which no other Roblox tower defense is doing. Next week is the payoff. We wire it all in. We take these models and we drop them into the game so that when you place a firewall, you get a firewall, not a grey box. And here is the part I am slightly nervous about. There is one rule that cannot be broken when we do it. Every object in this game has an internal name, and the code calls those names constantly. If I rename the wrong thing, the whole game breaks. Every reference gone. So next week is a careful one. One wrong name and the whole thing falls over. We will do it properly, step by step, and I will show you exactly where it nearly goes wrong. If you want to see whether I break my own game, subscribe, and I will see you next week.